Good morning. How are you doing? This will be my last video until after my procedure. Depending on how I feel, that will determine how soon or how long before I do another one. I have a lot I'm thinking about. That's why it's kind of hard for me to think of, what topic I would like to cover. But whenever I'm facing a situation like this, I go back to being thankful, being truly thankful. Most of the time, when people give thanks, and I'm not exempt, most of the time when we give thanks, we consider our residence, food, transportation, um, employment, relationships with your family, your finances. Those are things that at the top of our list, we give thanks for what we can see with the naked eye. And for me, I give thanks for what I can't even see. What I can't even see. Because those are the things that keep me, guide me, change me, heal me, inform me, protect me, and above all, keep me. Those are the things I think about. The last time I had surgery, I was living in Virginia at the time. And this had supposed to have been a very simple procedure. I mean, they said I would be under 30 minutes. That's it. That's all. During that procedure, I stopped breathing. I stopped breathing. And during that time, I was able to see this is the craziest thing. I was able to see the yellow walls, the yellow tile walls of the operating room. I was able to see the top of my doctor's head, Dr. Boston. I was able to see the top of his head. I could see the anesthesiologist, a white guy, and I could hear him say, I don't know what happened. She just stopped breathing. And then I could hear some commotion going. But very quickly, my attention went to this dark tunnel. And this tunnel had a feeling to it that I noticed more than the um, image of it. It had a very warm, welcoming feeling. But at the end of it, there was a light, but that light had feeling as well. But it was love. That's what this light felt like. It felt like an emotion more than visually what I was looking at. And I could feel very gentle hands on both of my shoulders, my right and my left shoulder, because I started thinking, I want to see what's on the other side of this. I believe that this is Christ. Christ is this light. And these nice little warm little hands, and they were little hands, said, no, go back. You're not supposed to be here. This isn't your time. Go back. When I went back, that's the only way I could describe it. I was gasping. I could feel my throat and my lips itching. I could feel myself in distress as far as my breathing being in distress. I could tell the way I physically felt that something was wrong with my body. And so Dr. Boston, he is saying my name repeatedly. repeatedly saying my name. And I can hear, because I couldn't see him then, I could hear the anesthesiologist had to be over my right shoulder. And I just kept hearing him say, "Wake up, honey, you got to wake up. Honey, wake up." And I woke up. A very simple 30-minute procedure turned into something I've carried with me and considered very often and thought about and tried to rationalize and understand and study the scriptures, to see if there was anything similar to what I experienced. Very simple procedure, 30 minutes. Turned into, I could have very well likely died. Well, come out. I'm in observation. Dr. Boston comes around, and he's sitting this time. He's sitting right beside my bed. And he said, "Mrs. X, I don't know how, but somehow something latex ended up in your throat. And we're all trying to figure out how it happened. I am severely allergic to latex. I cannot come in contact with latex. If you use a Band-Aid that has latex, I will have a scar for several weeks. If I go to the dentist, I've had this to happen before. Go to the dentist and the dental tech, they're using latex gloves. My mouth begins to itch, my mouth begins to swell, and I am going into anaphylaxis. I have to carry an EpiPen with me at all times because I'm allergic to latex, shellfish, dairy. I'm allergic to peanuts, any kind of nuts. I'm allergic to them. That's my reality of my physiological body. And they still can't, to this day. I even requested my medical records, going all through that procedure to see where it could have possibly entered my body. Dr. Boston said, I've been a doctor for over 30 years. I've never had anything like this happen on my table. He was more shocked than I was. So as I get ready to have this surgery, remembering that experience, it is at the very forefront of my mind right now. Very simple, 30-minute procedure. When I had that surgery, my husband wasn't at home. My husband was deployed at the time. And I remember speaking with him. I spoke with him that Friday, and I'll never forget what he said. He said, "I'm not comfortable with you having a surgery and I'm not home." He said, I need for you to get in touch with Dr. Boston and find out if he can please prolong the surgery until I get back, or if I can get emergency leave to come home. He then followed up with, find out if he don't mind submitting the paperwork requesting for me to be able to come home. I don't think you having this surgery with me not being home is a good idea. I talked to him that Sunday. He said, I just think this is a bad idea. I'm not okay with this. I don't have a good feeling about this. I explained to him, just be praying God is with us. He sees everything. God is in control. I shift immediately into encouraging him, right? Because I could hear it in his voice. He was genuinely afraid. Now, when I had it done, my first lady was with me. A couple other ladies from the church were with me. And I will never forget, my first lady said, all of a sudden, I just heard a lot of beeping, like these little, like in the hospital, when something is wrong, they had a distinctive bell, like a tone would start going off. And she said, as soon as I heard that first tone, I knew it was you. Something happened and something was wrong. And I immediately went into prayer. So this whole experience it's right at my forefront. Now I live by fear not and know that he is God. Honey, I live by that all day, every day. Because he is God. And the Bible tells me to fear the person who has the power of life and death over my life more than anything else. I submit to his power because I understand he is all powerful. And no, I don't go into this with the thought of, dying or I'm gonna die. I don't. I don't. But I know what I experienced for something that's supposed to be 30 minutes. I also know that I have to do this twice. I have to do this twice. So I have to face this head on 2 times. And, support and everything is great. But the reality is, I do have to face this alone in a way. It's not fear, it's not having understanding. And every day I wake up and, well, you wouldn't know this if, of course, but every day, every morning, one of my requests for my day is to provide me with knowledge, wisdom, and understanding about my life, the word I'm reading, the people I encounter, the work that I do, the organizations I support and I belong to, about family, all of it. I know for a fact those 3 things I need in this day. So my bread is, or some of it, knowledge, wisdom, and understanding. It is wisdom to have this procedure. It would be foolish to not have them done. They would be detrimental to my life if I didn't have them done. I know and understand medicine, and I know and understand what's happening to my body. I know and understand why it's happening to my body. But I don't understand how I feel right now. It's not fear, but there is a keen awareness there because what I experienced the last time I had a surgery. I do apologize about this. That's one of my girlfriends reaching out about my surgery. Um, that's that. But I guess the best thing I can say is, do with this commentary as you feel fit. Today you get to be my journal. I'm messing with you. Um, but it's I've had all kinds of conversations with you. And one thing is a constant for me, when I'm speaking with people, it is just how much they're loved, how amazing they are. Um, Not being able to comprehend all of the amazing things God is doing for them, will do for them, will continue doing for them. Um, it just makes me smile thinking about it. It really does. And a part of me every time I do a video, a part of me know and understand that some people have a hard time believing that. I think that's probably the hardest thing for believers to really comprehend and accept. It is how much you are loved. And there is not one single solitary good thing that God will withhold from you. Um, I think the important thing for believers to remember it is the following: your capacity to receive, it is determined by how emptied out you are to Him of yourself, of the cares of this world. It's how much of you it is emptied out and poured out. Because if you have too much in your vessel, it's very hard for God to rest the miraculous on it, because you will just forget. He never wants you to forget what He did for you. He never wants you to forget that. I just, think of it this way. Stuff you hold on to and, there has been a thorn in your side. Think of it this way: in exchange, right? That you have to know that whatever you give Him, whatever it is, it will be given unto you in a far greater, more extraordinary way that help you to understand Him better. So it makes it easier the next time you need to come up off of something and give it to Him. You see? And that's part of your walk. We're always unpacking. We're going to be unpacking till we close our little eyes. And that's just part of the human experience. But He loved you enough that anything you give Him, you won't regret giving it to Him. I'm not talking about money. I can tell you now, if you're having a hard time with finances, guarantee way for your finances to change is by you investing the currency of time with the Lord. He loves that. He absolutely loves it. He loves it. When you delight yourself in Him, He loves that. But money is the easiest thing God can give you. I'm not kidding you. It's so easy. Honey, it's so easy and effortless. He done told you the gold is mine, the silver is mine. I remember I was going through this process of changing or having changes, very drastic changes to my finances. I remember that. And I remember the Lord leading me to this scripture about the gold is mine, the silver is mine. And I remember the attitude I had about it. I remember that because I was like, yeah, I know that. Okay. But for me, on the reason why I had that attitude is that there wasn't a way that earthen realm I could see that or visualize it. And it didn't make sense in a way. I knew it was true, but I was like, okay, you know. And that same exact week, same exact week. Let me say it again. That same week. I almost feel like a preacher. Say it with me. That same week. I end up learning about an asteroid that a lot of scientists really believe is a planet that exists. It is all precious stones. It is gold, it is silver, it is diamonds, it is platinum, it is other precious stones and jewels that they haven't even found names for globally. Globally. I'm going to see if I can find a picture of it for you. I'll be back in a moment. I'm back. Here it is. It is the asteroid planet, and the name of it is Psyche. The name of it is Psyche 16. Psyche 16. That is the name of it. Now, the fascinating thing is that the Greek word psyche actually means soul. So they have named the asteroid planet Soul 16. The thing that just threw me, and I'm not kidding you, is that when they decided to send a mission to Psyche 16, it was the same week of my birthday. Same week. When I tell you it threw me, you can imagine it just threw me. But I feel like, I believe. Notice the words I use. I feel and I believe. That was just the Lord's way of showing me I said what I said. Okay, I said what I said. But I say that to you for a reason. I took you down this science rabbit hole. He meant what he said when he said the gold is mine, the silver is mine, the diamond is mine, this asteroid I hear is mine. And I just need you to understand it is what it is. I said what I said. So if he said that these things are his, they can be yours as well. Not because you are God. You are God's, meaning you are in possession. You belong to God the Father. You belong to him if you're a believer. If you're a believer. Well, darling, I've kept you long enough. And in my absence, I pray you have amazing testimonies, and you enjoy your Labor Day weekend. You reflect on your hard work. A good thing to consider how you've been laboring in the vineyard for the kingdom. What does your labor look like in the kingdom, in the vineyard? Honey, we don't have enough people in the vineyard, honey. The work is plenty, but who are few? The laborers. Notice that. The laborers are few. Well, I'm about to skedaddle. I have to get ready. I have people coming in town, and so they'll start getting here today, and they should be here within the next few hours. But it's been wonderful sharing this piece of information with you. I hope that you have enjoyed it. I hope to talk to you soon. Take care. Nope, can't leave yet. My bad. Love you. Be stressed. Never be blessed. Never stressed, and nothing else. Love you. Take care, darlings. Bye.